Welcome back to Underrated Movies. I'm your guy, I'm your man, Mr. Alton Henry, and today I'm going to talk to you about another film you should see, another underrated gem that I believe is severely underrated, and I think it's one of the most underrated films made in I guess you could call it the era of the 2010s. It came out in 2013, I think in the fall or winter of that year. I'm talking about Ben Stiller's The Secret Life of Walter Mitty, starring Ben Stiller, Kristen Wiig, and Sean Penn. And it's a story about Walter Mitty, a man who lives, I don't want to say lives, he lives a pretty much somewhat of a lonely life and an uneventful life. The guy hasn't really lived life according to how he wants it. His life is pretty much uneventful and not so exciting. And he's looking for a companion to spice things up a bit and he starts to daydream a lot of his life potentially being exciting and, a life worth meaningful. And he daydreams quite a bit. So, and he was like a negative photo developer for this company, Life, the brand that used to be around. Actually, I think it might still be around, where they're printing their final issue of the last physical magazine. And he doesn't have the final 25th photo, so he is on an adventure to find that photo taken by Sean Penn, who's also in the film. And when this opportunity presents itself, he is doing certain things that he hasn't really done before, trying to understanding the value of living life to the fullest by going out and exploring and meeting all different kinds of people and going on adventures. This film is really I would say a breath of fresh air when it comes to the themes of this film. And I think it's very timeless. I think it's something I feel like it's very relevant now, given that after with the pandemic, people are starting to realize that they need to be more responsible about how they manage their lives. And Walter Mitty is a man who basically, I would say, settled for the safe life. And when this company is going through a uniquely transition of going for more digital, that starts to, I would say, it starts to lay off a lot of people working at that job who've put in a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of their life into it. And when Walter notices this and tries to save his job by trying to figure out where this 25th, this final film print is for this photo, he discovers unique things about himself that makes him more appreciate the value of life, appreciate the value of basically going out and having a blast, having adventures, formulating connections, trying to, explore. And this film is very beautiful. Like the cinematographer, who's the cinematographer in this? Stuart Dryburgh. Well, Stuart Dryburgh, dude, you pretty awesome. This movie is beautifully shot. It's probably one of the best visual films that I've seen in quite a while. And I think it really touches on a lot of people who should see this film, about wanting to basically live life on your own terms and really appreciating every moment and enjoying the moment. It reminds me of somebody who told me, like, you got to live in a moment. Where after knowing all these unfortunate circumstances that come into our lives, and that might alter, that might change things drastically in our lives, we over panic. We try to control it, but then there's a moment in here. It's actually one of my favorite scenes in the film where he finally meets Sean Penn. And he takes a moment of wanting to take a picture, but then he chooses not to. He just chooses to embrace the moment of just living life, and he expresses how he feels about it to Walter Mitty once Walter Mitty finally catches up to him. Because when Walter Mitty finds this that the photo is missing, he goes to Greenland, he goes to Iceland to try to track down Sean Penn's character and to try to retrieve that photo. And it's actually kind of funny what happens to the photo. And I won't spoil that. It's actually it's comical. It's comical. It's comical. And I thought Sean Penn, I thought he was the perfect actor for this role. And he doesn't, it's not a big role, but it's essential to his character. It's one of those films where a character travels, has an adventure to meet a certain character to understand the bigger picture of life. It's basically a character going through certain things in life, going on an adventure, and then when they meet another character, it basically changes their whole perspectives on life and the overall meaning of the story. And I thought this film was neatly well done. Honestly, I'm surprised it received a lot of polarizing response to this film. I thought it was one of the best films that to come out back in 2013. I remember, fortunately, I saw it by myself. But hey, I'll see it. But it was, I think it's a film to really, really revisit, and especially what's going on in the trends right now of people realizing their value in when it comes to the workforce, when it comes to just where they are and at in life. It does kind of ring a bell that if you seclude yourself into one certain environment in life, you basically miss out on a lot, and it robs you what it means to understand what life is. Life is about exploring, meeting experiences, new things, to better understand yourself as a person. And this film, I thought, perfectly captures about experience and just enjoying every single moment you have on this earth. Like for a PG adventure film, a bold one too. It is a beautifully striking film. This film was robbed for cinematography. I'm not gonna lie to you. This film was robbed of it. Like you have to check this film out if you're looking for something that's a little bit more uplifting, something more inspiring. I would highly recommend you check out The Secret Life of Walter Mitty. Have you seen it? Comment below. Let me know if you have, and let me know what is your favorite underrated movie.